G'day friends and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I am going to do something a little bit different. So as you may be aware, I started a new role this year and everything is going well. I'm really enjoying it. But one of the actual conditions is that I have to be home-based. So I have a home office. And one of the key components of actually working from home is that you have to be able to communicate clearly and professionally. And so over the next coming weeks, one of the topics that we'll be discussing in the realms of tech is how to set yourself up so you can conduct yourself professionally and clearly with your clients, customers, and even your colleagues. So today's video is going to be a little bit about this device, which is the Logitech BRIO. It is a 4K webcam. Now, the reason I am doing this particular video on this device first is because video is probably one of the best ways to communicate through the internet. Now, I did a video earlier on about the internet itself, my issues with the connectivity to our broadband network. That's all been ironed out. I am having a great experience. So now the next phase of it is trying to get the equipment that's going to help me do my job right. And so with video, I rate it really highly in my pyramid of communication. So if you imagine communication escalating as you go up, at the top of the pyramid, obviously you have a face-to-face meeting. You actually are in the same room with a person and you get to communicate them clearly. They can see you, your body actions, and the way you come across. Secondly, I think video conferencing when you're not face-to-face is very important and comes second. Then as you head down, you probably have a telephone call, then you have email, and then it degrades from there. The bottom of the communication pyramid, as far as I'm concerned, is texting and even like instant messaging. It's very impersonal. It's a way you can make, I guess, put in a wrong perception of what you're trying to say. So I usually reserve that for quick and easy communication. But let's talk about video today. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing because I do want to relate this to tech. And then we're going to do a bit of a showcase of the actual quality of this particular device. And then we'll, see what else we can get out of it. So stick around. And we're back. Now I'm looking at you through the Logitech BRIO. At the moment it's running at 1080p at 25 frames per second, and the sound is being recorded through the microphone on the BRIO. Now, just like any other webcam, you got full control of the resolution. Natively in Windows and Mac, you can actually change the resolution, anything from a very, I guess, pixelated 480p all the way to 4K, which is quite amazing. The quality and the build of this camera is pretty robust. One of the things that really attracted me to this camera is the fact that at its base, you can remove its base, and you can reveal 3¼ inch screw. So you can practically mount this on a tripod, and I have done that, just that, so I can get it at eye level instead of having it on top of your monitor. And to me, that was, a pretty good feature, because there's not too many webcams that you can just sort of mount on a particular tripod base, which is, really awesome. So natively, the Windows drivers, the Mac drivers allow you to change the resolution and do some basic configuration with this particular camera. But if you download the Logitech Capture program, which is the companion software for this particular device, it gives you a plethora of different, manipulation on the image that it's trying to capture. Now, apart from actually allowing you to change the resolution and the field of view and all that goodness to help you with privacy, maybe you don't want to show things behind you, and you just want to keep the actual field of view very, very limited. The software itself allows you to do so much more. It lets you apply filters. So if you want to get really creative, like you can go all black and white, maybe you can go like, oh, that's scary, let's go back to black and white. You can also do things like this sort of creepy ghost effect. Or maybe we can go back in time, back in the day when they used to have this type of TV. So, there's so many things you could do to actually customize the way it looks. Now, for professionally, I don't think I'm actually going to use those type of features when I'm talking to customers or even colleagues, but it's good to see that it's there in case you want to use this particular camera for other things other than just business. So it's great. Great to have all those type of modifications. The other thing that it lets you do, which I find really convenient, is actually flip the image over. Because sometimes when you go and scratch your ear, you actually do it on the wrong side when you're looking at the camera. So at least this way you can actually mirror the source, which is pretty good. Now, it does do manual focus and autofocus, and it does do phase detect, which is pretty good. So if I move around, it will actually try and actually find my face. So if I walk up and move away, it will actually track my face and keep it nice and in focus. So that's pretty good. So you can save presets in the software. So if you have different types of filming scenarios, you can actually, pre-record them, and then you can bring them up at the stroke of, the click of a button. So it's pretty good from that perspective. So like I was saying earlier, if you're in this situation where you need to communicate over the web, I do recommend that you do it through video, because it is a lot more interactive. People will appreciate that. And then if you invest into a good camera with a good microphone in order to communicate nice and clearly, then you've sort of reached the next level, which is pretty good. I think people on the other side of the screen are going to appreciate the effort that you go into, because it is such a good way to actually communicate. So that is the video. This will now be my go-to camera from my home office, and I'm going to use it as often as I can. It just means I have to keep the room nice and tidy, but it is a big improvement to the previous camera that I was actually using. So there you go, my friends. Thanks for joining me today for this video, and until the next time, ciao for now.